Inside South Florida, there is a rise in undiagnosed autism cases among teens in Broward County. This is not just national news. This is something that hits close to home for us here in South Florida. So we are bringing on two incredible people that get to share a little bit about some ways that we can help this situation going on. Of course, Sylvia, welcome back to Inside South Florida. We've had you on before, representing the BBHC, and now, of course, first timer, Dr. Brian LeDuc from Jody. Welcome to Inside South Florida.
Thank you.
Excited to have both of you guys. Let's dive right in. So, of course, we're talking about the rise in these autism cases, but some things that we can do to really catch early diagnosis, and then ways we can help on the mental health side of things and even beyond that as well. So tell us a little bit, what are some symptoms maybe that we can spot when it comes to early diagnosis and intervening in that?
Sure. So for young children, especially infants and toddlers, we typically notice signs like not making eye contact or not paying attention to what you're pointing at. They may do repetitive behaviors. They may have sensory issues. So they may be hypersensitive or hyposensitive, meaning less sensitive to things or more sensitive to things that other children aren't. You know, they may be more picky than other children. They may get upset with changes in schedule more frequently than other children do.
What are some ways we can then bring solutions, maybe types of therapies, maybe additional resources that we can then approach this situation with?
Yeah, so typically we recommend early intervention. The earlier the better, because prognosis is better if you get involved early. Most people, we do speech therapy or occupational therapy, things for social skills. We have behavioral therapies like what's called applied behavioral analysis, or ABA. For older teens, we do social skills groups, which is basically a group of children working with a therapist on learning how to do basic social skills.
Lots and lots of different ways that we can step in. And of course, Sylvia, you guys do a lot of this with the BBHC as well. To speak on your end of just advocating for getting these mental health solutions in early when it comes to intervention.
So we are really concerned about the fact that parents sometimes ignore some of the behaviors that Dr. LeDuc mentioned. But as time goes on and kids become older, those behaviors exacerbate. And as a result of that, the kids get more in trouble, they become isolated, other kids don't want to play with them because they're weird, etc. And as a result of that, they begin to develop emotional disorders. And we don't need to get there if we're able to intervene early enough to understand their needs, provide them the supports that they need so that they can function in society and function in our regular societal world and be successful in what they do.
Sylvia, you also mentioned there's some even free resources for our community, both at BBHC and beyond. Tell us a little bit about that. Okay,
so BBHC has in our website, we have a frequently asked questions that Dr. LeDuc helped us put together. But in addition to that, there's a set of resources that are supported by the Children's Services Council. One of them is 211, a special line where they really educate parents on what they can do, and they even provide the case management that the parent may need to get the children screened first, assessed if necessary, and then connected to various services in our community that are for free. And there's a whole list, there's like 2 pages worth of services and organizations that provide this kind of service. And of course, the school system fiddlers also identifies children early on. So our website is www.bbhcflorida.org.
If you feel like your child has any issues or you're concerned, definitely take them to a pediatrician, get them evaluated.
Yes, great advice and great wisdom from both you guys. Thank you again for coming on to ISF, and thank you for all you do.
Well,
absolutely,
thank you so much.